to the Daytona International Speedway for the running of two 125-mile races. These are races in themselves, but they're also qualifying races for Sunday's great Daytona 500, the classic of classics of stock car racing. You see the cars actually moving out onto the race course now. Very shortly then they'll be underway. They'll take the green flag and will be going for what amounts to a sprint in this kind of racing, just 125 miles. As we said, there's prize money, also qualifying positions. Here's the way it works. It will be on Wide World this afternoon, each 125 miles. Two men, and only two, have already been qualified for the race. Last Sunday, Cale Yarborough had the best. Those two will be on the front row on Sunday in the 500. Everybody else was qualified in the races that you're going to be seeing here today. It's as simple as that. According to the order of their finish in these two races today, they'll be placed in that order or behind the leader. I'm Jim McKay reporting from Daytona. Let's bring in right now our expert on the sport, tastefully attired in a tweed cap from his native land, Jackie Stupert. Good to see you.
Well, thank you very much. A very chilly Daytona it is. And I think for these racing drivers, it's going to be a slightly difficult race also, because stock car races we've been used to seeing in fairly long distances. This really is the 100-meter dash, sprint, as you pointed out, in comparison, for example, to the 500-mile race that we'll be covering in ABC. But this is the first time that these cars have been on a super speedway this year. There are new cars this year, new makes, new names, new areas.
Stock car racing.
Stock car racing and super speedway. There's a lot of trouble for them. The drivers are complaining that they're very, very loose indeed. I think we're going to see eventful races this afternoon. I think you're going to see a few people spin out. I think you're going to see a few unstable cars with drafting, because these men have never drafted these cars before. Until one day at this track, they had only... I think new problems.
All right, well, as Jackie indicated, the weather is not good, overcast and gusty. The bad weather that's been following us from Garmisch to Lake Placid has even... 29 cars in all moving through the slight mist on the backstretch, but on the pole is Cale Yarborough in his car number 11. The last 2 years, the NASCAR national champion. He's already qualified for the 500, remember. On the outside, that car number 51, however, is driven by the four-time winner of Indianapolis, A.J. Foyt. Although third fastest qualifier last Sunday, he is not automatically qualified. He has to do it in this race today. A new number Baker in his Olds. Yarborough also in an Olds, Foyt in a Buick. Number 3, Richard Childress, up high there, is in an Olds. Moving back to row 3, we have David Number 9 up high is not as familiar a name. In the orange and white car, that is Bill Elliott of Dawsonville, Georgia, in a Mercury also. In row 4, number 15 is Bobby Allison in a Ford. Number 79, Frank Warren in a Dodge. Those are the first 4 rows. We'll have to set the rest of the field for you as they come into play in the race, because it looks like we're going to get a green flag. They're going to be racing at Daytona in the first of these twin 125s. The starter's still holding them down a little bit, but he's got the green flag out, and there it goes. Going into turn 1, Cale Yarborough and A.J. Foyt side by side. Buddy Baker trying to squeeze between them, can't do it. Tucked in behind A.J. Foyt. We have David Pearson down low behind Cale Yarborough. David Pearson moving down low, trying to make a move, can't do it. He slides back in. Buddy Baker moves into second place behind A.J. Foyt, and Cale Yarborough drops back to third. Here's Buddy Baker now going for the lead. As always, he has the heaviest foot on the circuit. Buddy Baker in the lead. Here comes Cale Yarborough after him again. Sensational racing on the first lap. Cale Yarborough moves back into the lead. David Pearson is right with him. And now Baker's back to third. A.J. Foyt moving up high is in fourth position. Jackie, that is quite an interesting start.
What a... Absolutely amazing. And now they come down onto this dog leg of the tri-oval here, the 2.5-mile racetrack at Daytona. And there you see the national champion at number 11 holding the lead with the old spot. David Pearson tucked in behind him. What a way. These drivers seem to always run to the top again.
They certainly do, and A.J. Foyt, visitor from Indianapolis, has dropped back just a little bit. He's about, 50 yards behind those first 3 cars. Cale Yarborough, David Pearson, and Buddy Baker, an old and familiar story. Despite the fact that there seem to be a goodly number of cars that are more competitive this year, as you say, the cream seems to rise to the top of the bottle. And there goes Buddy Baker.
As they go into turn 3 there, Buddy Baker staying low. Really, David Pearson there. Up at David Pearson. I think Pearson made a bit of a mistake. them too easily. Baker tucks in now in an ideal position to draft. Cale Yarborough, the car number 11 there, as he comes down under the dog leg, he's really tucked in. He's going to attempt to go up into the inside, but decides not to. Holding behind them there, 4 cars, one after another. A.J. Foyt, the white-red car, taking 4th position. Then
4 cars have opened up a gap between them and the rest of the field. So it's Cale Yarborough and Buddy Baker, David Pearson, and the great A.J. Foyt. We said the only man ever to win the Indianapolis 500 4 times, and of course he won that 4th race just last year. There he is, moving down low, making him move on Pearson. Getting in behind Buddy Baker. A.J., remember, must qualify for the 500, and all of the cars in this race must, except Cale Yarborough, must qualify by the finishing position in the sprint. And that's what we have, of course, Jackie, is a sprint for these people of only 125 miles.
And now we've got Buddy Baker in the lead, and A.J. Foyt taking the lead as they come through. A.J. Foyt just takes the lead from Buddy Baker. And last lap leader, Cale Yarborough, now drops into 3rd position as he tries to get into the center of that triangle, where the old box David Pearson keeping a careful eye on them all round there as they go through the 31-degree banking of this high-banked oval at Daytona.
And the reason, I should think, Jackie, one of the reasons certainly for the closeness of this race and the closeness with which they'll get their is that these men know they can trust each other. They know how the other man is going to behave, that this is a force of experts here.
Absolute experts, but remember, these cars are being used for the first time on this fast super speed drive. So these cars are not as stable as they had been before.
It's still Buddy Baker in the lead. 2nd place, Cale Yarborough, then A.J. Foyt and David Pearson. It looks like we're going to have a very exciting afternoon at Daytona. Stand by, we'll be back. The race for the lead continues in the first of 125-mile qualifying races for Sunday's Daytona 500. Only one of these cars in this race is actually qualified for the 500. That is Cale Yarborough, running in 2nd place at the moment behind car number 27, Buddy Baker. Yarborough qualified last Sunday. Under the rules, only 2 cars qualified for the big race on the first day of qualifying. Everybody else in this race is qualifying for position right here. Look now, as Bobby Allison at number 15, who was in 5th place just a moment ago, is challenging for the lead as they begin to pass slower cars. Buddy Baker in 3rd place, and Bobby Allison really made a move, Jackie.
He really came through there, and this Bobby Allison, of course, enormously experienced, one of the Allison brothers. This same troop, the people who are up there right now are recognized as the leaders of technique in this kind of motor racing. And you know, right now they're needing all the expertise combined, because this is the first time that we pointed out that these cars have ever raced around a super speedway. These cars were new shaped in 1978. Some of them are a little unstable, the cars are a little wobbly in parts, and perhaps this is the reason there's so much messing around there in the group to find out how their cars are best behaving, Jim.
Moving in formation almost. Bobby Allison in the lead, but here comes Buddy Baker from 3rd place, trying to take the lead once again. He has edged ahead of Cale Yarborough, but begins to, well, he really didn't tuck in behind the leader. As a matter of fact, now you see he dropped back to 3rd place. That's David Pearson just behind him, and A.J. Foyt in the orange car behind him, and Bill Elliott in the orange and white car, number 9. All of these cars are very much in contention, but as you indicated, all of them still, or most of them, proceeding rather tentatively, and for good reason with these new cars.
The cars certainly are unstable. The cars are certainly decisive as they have been. Contributing to this. It's play a very important part in this kind of racing.
Well, Chris Economaki did a piece on this very subject a little bit earlier. What do we look at that?
Turbulence in a race means instability, and that's the in word here at Daytona this week. Unstable. Some of the cars are exactly that. I'm standing between Cale Yarborough's pole-winning Oldsmobile and A.J. Foyt's outside front row Buick. They're both GM cars, they're both 1977 models, and they each have a Chevrolet power plant. In fact, from here, the bottom of the windshield, over the car, to the back of the rear window, they're exactly the same. The difference is slight. Body paneling, rear quarter window, and the nose. But it's this rear quarter window on the Oldsmobiles that's causing the trouble. Air is rushing in here, swirling inside the car, and lifting the rear wheels off the track, and the drivers can't control it. While on the Buick, the rear window is narrow, and the air rushes by it. That's the problem here at Daytona. Turbulence with the Oldsmobiles on the track.
Chris Economaki with an explanation of this business of the changing shapes of racing. In the lead still is Bobby Allison. Moving down low there, that's David Pearson. But in 2nd place at the moment is still Cale Yarborough. Buddy Baker 3rd, and David Pearson decides to slide back again just in front of A.J. Foyt in that orange car. Proceeding through the mist. There's nothing wrong with the picture on your television set. It is a misty, muggy day. And chilly, too.
Very chilly, but now, of course, and we've also got a bit of wind coming in here as well, which, of course, doesn't help with the traveling at the sort of speed they're doing. You can certainly get wind affecting these cars coming off of turn 2, and this is just where they're entering. This thing is going to be very, very uncomfortable for the driver.
When they finish this lap, they'll have reached the halfway point in this race, by the way. Car number 9, Bill Elliott, is doing a very good job of staying in contact with the greatest drivers in the sport. I think Chris Kanamaki has a word on that in a bit.
But everyone along pit road, Jim, is astounded at the performance of Elliott. An unknown from Dawsonville, Georgia, unrated, in a car that wasn't supposed to really do anything, and he's hanging in there with the
We've got
leaders.
something in turn between 3 and 4. Sorry, a crash up there. It involves, is that Buddy Baker? Number 27. A crash between turns 3 and 4.
It's Buddy Baker and Allison, I think, as well.
Bobby Allison.
Bobby Allison, both these red and white cars. Ironically, the cars that have changed numbers on. Car number 15 is back. It's Bobby Allison, the car that Buddy Baker used to drive. He's in the other blue and white car, number 27. The car least damage at this time seems to be Bobby Allison, who's driving in there in the front of your left-hand side of your screen. The car on the right-hand side more severely crippled. The car we see now looks to be the car of Buddy Baker, the big, tall man, big, strong man. I think he'll be slightly upset now because this car is far too far damaged to ever get going again in this 125-mile race here.
Well, of course, Buddy is the Chargers in this brand of automobile racing, and time after time he moves to the lead. As you see, it's off the racetrack into the garage area, and forget it for today for car number 27. The yellow flag is out at Daytona. We'll return. Another look at that incident between turns 3 and 4. We can see what happened there, Jackie. Well, they've already made contact as we see it here. They're going by are Cale Yarborough and David Pearson. And I think see A.J. coming here.
A.J. gets through as well, but the two cars smoking are obviously the cars of Buddy Baker, and that's Buddy Baker who's now heading for the wall. The car spinning on the bottom left-hand side is Bobby Allison, but look at the contact, Buddy Baker, and look at Billy Elliott as he goes through there. He just of Buddy Baker. Elliott did a remarkable job there. His close speed must have been very high indeed. He must have been right on top of the action, and this is what makes a talented racing driver.
Well, Bill Elliott is only 22 years old from Dawsonville, Georgia, and that was pretty mature driving for a young race driver, saving both himself and the other car in the process. The yellow's still out, however. We're going to be returning here for the conclusion of this 125-mile sprint, a qualifying race for Sunday's great Daytona 500, which will be carried live over most of these ABC stations, except in the state of Florida. Right now, to the world 70-meter ski jumping champion. We're back. It appears we're going to get a green flag again. We have been under the yellow because some oil dropped on the backstretch. Looks like we're going to get a green with a little over 2 laps to go in the first of 2 125-mile qualifying races for Sunday's great Daytona 500. Everyone in this field must qualify in this race to get a starting position, except for car number 11, Cale Yarborough, qualifying number 51, number 20, David Pearson. These seem to be the lead cars. In third place, number 30, Ty Scott. He seems to have sneaked up under the yellow, but he's dropping down now. I think it's going to be Donnie Allison as the green car flag comes out. It's going to be Donnie Allison in third place, yes, and Cale Yarborough is fourth. Bill Elliott is in fifth place in car number 9. And there are just less than 2 laps to go now in this race. This should be typical NASCAR racing, but the man in front is not a NASCAR racer. He's the man from Indianapolis. The only man who ever won the great race there 4 times, A.J. Foyt. And behind him, one of the great names in the history of NASCAR, number 21, David Pearson.
A.J. Foyt always loves to be able to get into a situation down here in NASCAR because even down in the south he's a Texas man, but he's even considered there to be an Indy man. And when he comes down here and sees the southern boys in their own backyard, I think it's always a big thing for A.J. Eagle. And right now he's leading some of the best names that's ever been in the history of NASCAR racing.
And here comes the yellow out again. The yellow and the white being waved together. We're going to finish under the yellow flag. I can't see exactly why the yellow came out. It could be the bore oil on the track. Now, there is a spin over there around turn 3. It is so hazy here. Really difficult to see. Somebody spun down low. So A.J. Foyt, it appears, is going to finish in first place under the yellow flag. We just got about a lap under the green there when suddenly there was more problem. You can see how the visibility is on this racetrack. Even on that tight shot, it's very hazy, I'm sure, on your screen. Well, that's the way it is here. But A.J. Foyt literally breezing to victory in this 125. He will start on row 2 then in Sunday's Daytona Once again, A.J. Foyt, the winner of the first of two 125s. Another race yet to come here today. We'll be showing that to you. And in a minute, a word with the winner.
Well, here in Victory Lane, everybody's excited about A.J. Foyt's victory in the first qualifying race. It was quite a race. In the 120 for the early laps, Buddy Baker and Bobby Allison had their trouble, and the problem there was oil on the track spilled by Claude Aubin. Baker said he hit the oil and went up and rammed Allison. Allison's crew says it's 5 hours of work to fix his car for Sunday's race, but Baker's car is going to take more than 20 hours to repair before it'll be ready for Sunday's competition. And in the last lap of the race, two drivers spun off. It's been a tough day here at Daytona for many people, but not for A.J. Foyt. Getting out of his car now to accept the accolade. Hey, congratulations, A.J. How close were you to that skirmish up there?
Well, I'll tell you what, when all the smoke started, everything disappeared, and I just went up to the wall, and I was just stuck on David's tail, so it was just the good Lord let us all get through it, that's all.
How do you like the new car?
Well, I can't knock it. It's performing real good. It's run faster than any car down here, you know, in practice and everything else, so I'm real happy with it.
And what about the wet? Is the track moist and slippery, A.J.?
Well, at the beginning, yes, it's still wet coming off 4, and between 1 and 2 right at the beginning of the race, if you notice when David went on me one time, I liked to spun because it's wet right against the wall where I like to run, and it's a little bit too loose.
A.J., what about Sunday night? You happy with the way the car is? You're going to do things to it?
No, all we're going to do is put a new engine in it and just hope we could repeat Sunday.
Okay, the winner, A.J. Foyt. Now, back to you, Jim McKay.
Well, Chris, as we can see on our picture, the cars for the next race have already moved onto the race course. The official results of the first 125, A.J. the winner, David Pearson second, Donnie Allison third, Carol Yarborough fourth, and Phil Elliott fifth. Now let's set this field. On the inside of the first row, we have car number 53, Ron Hutcherson. Now, he has already qualified for Sunday's race like Cale Yarborough. However, he's in this one for the prize money. Number 43, the familiar car of Richard Petty, the king of the stock cars. In row 2, in car number 72, on the inside, we have Benny Parsons, the former Detroit cab driver, in his Oldsmobile. The first row, a Buick and a Dodge. Darrell Waltrip in car number 88 is on the outside of the second row, and he is in a Chevrolet. In row 3, number 14 is Cuckoo Marlin in a Chevrolet, and number 90 on the outside, Dick Brooks in a Mercury. Row 4, number 92 is Skip Manning in a Buick. Number 70, J.D. McDuffie in a Chevrolet. Row 5, number 22, the Rookie of the Year last year in NASCAR, Ricky Rudd in a Chevrolet. Next to him, the only woman in the field, number 68, Janet Guthrie of Miami in her Chevrolet. Those are the first 5 rows. We'll have to set the other cars for you as we did in the first race as they come into the action, because it looks like we're going to get a green flag this time. However, the flagman is still holding them. Flagman Harold Kinder is going to give it to him. Yeah, for a moment it looked like he's going to make them go around again. As you can see, the haze is heavier than ever. As Richard Petty drops back a little bit, tucks in behind. Ron Hutchinson taking the lead, and down. Oh, my goodness, everybody. There's Darrell Waltrip in his green and white car, dropping down and moving into third place. And on the lead, we have Benny Parsons in car number 72.
Benny Parsons, the core, a man who's won the Daytona 500. He won it well after a skirmish with David Pierce some time ago, but right now he's leading this first lap as the car streaks down there, but Ron Hutchinson going through there to take the lead, and Richard Petty, King Richard Petty, follows him through. He's never very far away.
Okay, Ron Hutcherson is the brother of Dick Hutcherson, who was a very well-known NASCAR driver a few years ago. Ron is 34 years old himself. However, he's been kind of a late starter in the big time, and he's coming on very strong right now, as you can see. Ron Hutcherson in the lead. Richard Petty is second. Darrell Waltrip is third in his green and white number 88. Once again, the reason for this race, qualified cars for Sunday's Daytona 500, which will be seen live over most of these ABC stations except in the state of Florida. The only car that doesn't have to qualify for Sunday, which qualified last Sunday, is car number 53, the one of Ron Hutcherson. He is racing just for the prize money in this race. Richard Petty, however, even has to qualify. So does Darrell Waltrip in car number 88. All of their positions will be on the outside row behind Hutcherson.
And look at the visibility there. It really is murky as they go around that far end part of the racetrack. So they were really close to the wall as they came out of turn 4.
Certainly were. Okay, and we have a car trouble. Richard Petty's in the lead. Darrell Waltrip is second, and Ron Hutcherson is third. To spot these cars coming into the pit, car number 19 is Woody Fisher of Cincinnati, Ohio. Car number 90 also in the pit is Dick Brooks, a very competitive car. So there's one potential leader into the pits at the moment under the green. Richard Petty in the lead, a familiar sight. Darrell Waltrip is second, and we'll be right back. Look at the battle for the lead. That's Darrell Waltrip in car number 88 moving down low. Richard Petty is the leader in car number 43. The third car number 72 is that of Benny Parsons. This is great racing in the second of two 125-mile qualifying races for Sunday's great Daytona 500, a race which will be carried live starting at 3 Eastern Time over most of these ABC stations except in the state of Florida. Every car in this race must qualify for Sunday's race right here except for that fourth car, the orange car number 53 of Ron Hutcherson, along with the car of Cale Yarborough, qualified with the two fastest qualifying speeds in the runs last Sunday. Only those two, however, are pre-qualified. Everybody else is qualifying right here, and look at this fight for the lead. It was a two-car fight for the lead when we left you. Now it's three, and side by side, or dough handle to dough handle, as they down here, are three cars for a moment there. But Benny Parsons, number 72, has taken the lead. I said Jackie Stewart's with me, and Jackie, this is what we've come to expect down here at Daytona.
Well, at Daytona, and in addition to which this 125-mile dash, it's like the 100-meter dash, it's track racing, and now you see Benny Parsons, who, of course, has won this Daytona 500, and there he goes, getting underneath there by Darrell Waltrip with the cross the start-finishing line in this tri-oval. You've got the clock running there to see what the lap speed is. This 2.5-mile tri-oval, 31 degrees of banking they're sitting up on right now. It's an amazing auditorium for sport. 7,600 people, I understand, and they've had as many as 120,000 people.
Well, there's no question that Sunday's race will be held before the largest sports crowd in the state of Florida this year or any year. Look at this. This is fantastic. Richard Petty going to the lead again. We've got Waltrip up high and Parsons down low. It's almost like the Blue Angels or one of those aerial formation groups, the way they're going.
Absolutely incredible. And look at Richard Petty. High in the back. There's no driver goes closer to that wall. Look at the shadow of his own car on the wall there. Nobody gets closer. These walls are more or less all given the Petty streak. But right now it's car number 88 to take the lead there. There's Darrell Waltrip. And the speed for Darrell Waltrip as he goes right there is 180 miles an hour exactly as he crosses the start finishing line.
Kind of interesting. 180 miles exactly to the 10,000th of a second on an elaborate stopwatch up here. Darrell Waltrip, the leader, number 88. Richard Petty in number 43. Now, moving alongside again, taking the lead once again. It looks like a demonstration drive, and yet this is real automobile racing. This is for real. This year we're seeing more makes of automobiles competitive than we have in a long time. Buicks and Oldsmobiles in there, along with the more traditional Mercuries and Chevrolets and Fords. Chris Economaki has some thoughts on that subject.
Have changed the face of stock car racing for 1978. Up there, number 51, a Buick. Here, number 3, an Oldsmobile. Number 9, a Mercury Montego. 21, a Mercury Cougar. And back here, a Thunderbird outside of a Dodge Magnum. We haven't seen Thunderbirds. We haven't seen Buicks or Oldsmobiles in stock car racing for a long, long time. Why? The new rules eliminated all the old favorites, and drivers have had to switch to the newer cars. And it's a problem. New body styles, new nameplates. It's interesting. And there's a lot of fans who are fans of a specific brand of car, have something new to shoot for this year.
All right, Chris, here the race goes on, and the positions just change on every lap. It's Waltrip leading now. And you notice that Richard Petty has dropped to third place in the race behind Benny Parsons.
Well, Richard Petty, of course, a great tactician. He obviously knows what he's about. One of the reasons for this race, as far as these drivers are concerned, is to find out how their cars handle. And there's certainly a lot of trouble with regards to the aerodynamics, the turbulence from the new body shapes of the cars that Chris was just speaking about there. That's for the Oldsmobiles and the Buicks and the trouble. Richard Petty to that particular car. So therefore, they're all juggling around to find out what effect the cars have. And Richard Petty is certainly using this race well as far as education is concerned.
So it's Waltrip in the Chevrolet, Benny Parsons in the Oldsmobile, and Richard Petty in the Dodge as we continue to race through the haze at Daytona. We'll be back here for the finish of this qualifier. Right now, let's join Economaki on the Darrell Waltrip in right now. Richard Petty is coming out. We're in the closing lap, and Benny Parsons is in third position. The lead has been changing hands continually. They've been shuffling it back and forth. And we now have 6 laps, less than 6 laps left to go in this race.
As we go through there, there's entering this high banking 40-foot track at that point. It's almost a wall of death. They almost glued to the side of the racetrack up there as they come off onto the fast section down the back stretch. It's a 3,000-foot section as they draft down there, slipstream as we call it in Europe, as they tuck in behind the other car and take the benefit of the front car in the air.
All right, and again, if you were not with us, the second 225-mile qualifying race for Sunday's Daytona 500, which will be seen exclusively over most of these ABC stations except in the state of Florida. Now, every car in this race must qualify right here for their post positions in the big race, except for one car number 53, which is the fourth place in the race right there. He is Ron Hutcherson. He and Dale Yarborough are already pre-qualified by having the two fastest times in qualifying runs last Sunday. Everybody else racing for position and, of course, for prize money in this race. The Seagulls have moved inland because the weather is terrible, hazy as you can see, chilly and very, very damp. Nearing the finish, and we'll be right back for that. Waltrip is lead. That's the racing car number 43, the second place car of Richard Petty. Number 72, the third place car of Benny Parsons. Deep and quick thinking because we're nearing the end of this race. Very soon there will only be 2 laps to go. So they've got to decide when to make their move, what kind of a move to make. What do you think, Jackie?
Well, I think the psychology associated with this was only 2 laps to go. It's a question of positioning. The same old problem of all of these stock car races, particularly if they go down an overfast flyover, around 2.5 miles. So they're going around there now rehearsing their procedure, not only for this race, which of course carries money with it, but more important is a rehearsal for the Sunday race, the Daytona 500, which of course is the flagship of races for this little group of people. The young man in car number 88, that green and white car, Darrell Waltrip, is the new generation of stock car drivers. The man in the middle of the sandwich, well, King Richard Petty, up as usual, close to the wall like he always is, closer than anybody else drives to the wall, looking in his own shadows, glued up against the wall. And then Benny Parsons, a man who's won this Daytona 500 before, and there goes the white flag turned into their last lap.
That means 1 lap to go. Now, is Waltrip happy to be in the lead, or would he rather be in that slingshot position where Richard Petty is and where Benny Parsons are?
Well, I'm not sure that he can afford to lead all the way around here, but I think that Richard Petty made a slight error going into turn 1 and 2 there. He seemed to scrub a little speed off, and he's allowed Darrell Waltrip to get a little drop on him. Whether he'll be able to slingshot him now as they go down this long 3,000-foot stretch, and he goes through, and Richard Petty and
Benny Parsons behind him.
Through.
Okay, Benny Parsons cannot make it, however. He was shut off very, very effectively by Waltrip, who now goes for the lead again. We're on the final lap of this 125-mile qualifier. Whoever wins this race will be on the second row, right behind Ron Hutcherson on the outside in the Daytona 500, and it's going to be Darrell Waltrip, Richard Petty second, and Benny Parsons third. NASCAR racing at its finest in its second of 2 125-mile qualifying races for the Daytona 500. Marvelous racing. A word with the winner in a minute.
You won the CMP and you beat the King. Every race was at the Monte Carlo, it could only draft, but you took it out front. Were you pleasantly surprised?
Well, the car is really, really running well. Robert Yates and the boys have done a great job of putting some horsepower under the hood. And we knew if we had horsepower down here with the characteristics of the car that it was going to be fast. And it's really working well. And, you know, I'd never been in a last lap situation with Richard anywhere. I'd been in one with David and Cale and some of the others. And I was a little bit worried I probably going to test me and see what I could do. And he might still be testing me. That might just be what I was going to do Sunday if we came down to that situation. I don't know, but I'm thrilled to win 125 miles from my sponsor and for everybody that was involved.
But what about Mom over here?
I couldn't be any heavier.
That's good. Now, what about the passing, the back and forth with Richard? Did you let him by to see how things would go, or did he just blow you off?
No, we felt each other out, but I'm going to tell you something, Chris. Richard Petty's got the fastest car here, and he can go down the straightaway quicker than anybody. He, you know, the judge that I go by is my tachometer, and he makes my tach run about 200 to 300 RPM more than any car that I followed. So Richard's real strong. He was just a little off on the handling in that 125-miler, but I think he'll be tough Sunday.
You know, I had my watch on you, Darrell, and when you led, you were about 3/4 of a mile an hour slower than Richard, so that bears out what you said. Okay, what about Sunday? Same style, same technique, same gear ratio?
Well, no, we'll probably gear the car a little higher. You know, we got to run 500 miles, and knowing that Richard's going to run strong, it means that we're going to have to draft on him a lot on Sunday, so we're going to have to prepare the car to draft just like we thought we would. It's a quick car, and it's a good car, but it's not the strongest car here by any means, so we're going to have to gear it to draft and hope for the best.
Okay, Darrell Waltrip, the winner of his 125-mile race. Back to you, Jim McKay.
Here then, results of the second 125-mile qualifying race. The winner was Darrell Waltrip of Tennessee, second Richard Petty, third Benny Parsons, fourth Ron Hutcherson, and fifth Dave Marcus. Now, here's the way the first few rows set up for Sunday's running of the Daytona 500.
This is a man who